Hey everyone, I'm back again and I have a message for you guys all about how you're connecting with others, and it's going to be a bit of a powerful one that I hope is as helpful in your life as it has been in my own. But today's message is all about the fact that not everyone is going to appreciate how you're different to them, but so long as you appreciate yourself, it can't bring you down, all right? So that's what I want to dive into with you guys today. And it's actually one of the major reasons why I work with personality psychology. And I've just had a really great quick chat with a bunch of my family, diving really deep into all things personality psychology. And it was actually really cool because I had some of my American family here, and my uncle, I started talking to him. I hadn't spoken to him for a little while about the work that I do. And, last time I was staying with him in San Francisco, and I was, talking about how I was in relationship coaching, and I was with my ex-partner at that time. And so it's been a while. It's been a few years since I've actually just sat with him and really spoken into the work that I do. And he was really interested, and there I go off on a tangent on my favorite subject ever, which is around personality psychology and helping people understand and put language to the best parts of who they are and break through and reach for their potential in whatever realm they're really truly inspired by. And as I was talking into it, he clicked on and he's like, I know what you're talking about, and this is my personality type. And I was like, yeah, you're bang on. You are definitely that type. And he went on to say he's been incredibly successful he's been a lawyer, venture capitalist, just an incredibly successful man in his own rights, done some incredible stuff. He's even been a scientist and just very, very successful in his own right. And to hear him speak of, how valuable and impactful this system has been in his own life, it was so validating to me because particularly in my own family, I can tend to have a little bit of challenge, right? And I can tend to be maybe a little bit of the black sheep at times in my own family. I'm not going the traditional route in my life in any way at all, and they are all kind of quite traditional, and so being that black sheep, at times it can be a little bit draining when certain different people in my family might not really resonate with what I do or really understand it, or sometimes I feel like they don't really want to understand it, and that's okay, right? So but to have this person who is connected to all of us, who is very well respected in my family, to then go on and say that this system changed his life, right? And it made him better in all of the work. He equated it to a lot of his ability to create success in his life by not only understanding himself, but by understanding others. It was really, really validating. And really helpful for other people in my family to hear that from him and then go, oh, okay, it's not just Vanessa, talking about this amazing system. It's also this other, very successful older man who's, been proven himself to be very successful in his own rights, right? And so, not everybody's going to appreciate your differences, but this is part of why it's so powerful to understand your own self and then understand other people, because with the system that I use in personality psychology, it's about uncovering your unique genius. We've all got one based on the neuroscience of our personality. So basically, based on the cognitive functions that we all have access to, you as an individual use two of those cognitive functions or mental processes as your absolute strengths, right? And they become part of your genius when you know this about yourself and you know your unique pathway for development. And when you get that level of experience in your own personal development, you start to get a whole lot more interested in other people and how they're different, and why you might run into conflict with other people, or why you think, oh, that person has this thing that I'm never going to have, right? And when we understand that those differences, those things that we once judged in others, are actually the very things that make up for our own blind spots, and we can appreciate, that they bring something different to the table, that's the moment where we get out of our own judgment and judgmental mentality, right? And we actually start to connect deeply with others. And on the flip side of that, when you understand your own self, right? When you understand how you're wired and what your strengths are and where those blind spots are, and you know your unique pathway for development, then you start to appreciate yourself a hell of a lot more. And then when you do run into people who just really don't get you, for whatever reason, they don't appreciate the differences that you bring, then it just doesn't really faze you, right? It doesn't knock you off path, because you're already in appreciation of yourself. And not only that, you've got the ability to identify what other people's strengths are, because you know this system. And when you're able to do that, you can cut through the disconnect that's coming from their judgment of the differences, because you can see, wow, like I've got this strength and you've got this strength, and you fill in these blind spots for me as I do for you. And before knowing this system, I would have judged you a hell of a lot, right? I wouldn't have liked hanging out with you. But because I now know and I understand myself at this deeper level, I now can want to connect with you, and I now can see how brilliant you are and how necessary you are, and how without you, the world wouldn't be as great a place, right? And that's part of the beauty and the evolution that you have when you go on a journey of really uncovering the depths of who you are and being interested in how others can support you on that journey and how you can do the same for them. So hoping that this message resonates with you guys. And if any of you guys are interested in uncovering what your unique genius is, so that you would really like for me to hand you a map of your best self, right? Your unique pathway forward, then I definitely encourage you to reach out to me, because I do profiling. I'm a personality profiler. And for me personally, when I discovered this tool and this framework, it allowed me to leave a relationship that really wasn't serving me, and I couldn't see without this system of understanding myself and how I was wired and how my partner was wired. And also it allowed me to, get out of a business that wasn't taking me in the right direction, and not get caught up in shiny object syndrome and be overwhelmed with what to do and what direction to take. It gave me clarity, direction, and certainty for the pathway forward. And since then, I've never looked back. I just keep going deeper and deeper into my own understanding of myself, my own personal development, because this personal development field is very much usually one size fits all, right? Oh, this worked for one person, so it's going to work for you. But why is it that you've been, learning this course and doing this thing and studying this thing and trying to model this thing, but it's just not taking off for you? And the reason is because that person with that, that result that they've generated might be a very different personality type to you. You use their brain in maybe an opposite opposing way to you. And maybe there's another pathway that you need to gain access to, and maybe that looks a hell of a lot different to what you thought it might be. If I could have been handed the gift of understanding myself cognitively when I was a kid, when I was trying to decide what the hell I wanted to do with my life, when I was coming towards the end of school, when I was going into uni and doing business degrees and then starting law degrees and still not knowing what the hell I wanted to do, this would have been the greatest gift anybody could have given me at those points in my life. And that's why I've dedicated my whole mission on helping you guys to discover how you're wired, what your unique strengths are, what your gifts are. And also, what are those weaknesses? Where are they tripping you up? What are those blind spots so that we can mitigate them and not have them tripping you up and sabotaging your success anymore? So much in it. I hope it's of value. And any of you guys who haven't yet done it, I've actually created a 3-part video series for you guys to get a taste of what this is. It's all free. If you go to vanessajanepatrick.com, it's at the top of my website. You can sign up there. You'll get access to, that straight away instant access to a 3-part video series, which is super, super empowering to give you an overview of what are these cognitive functions? How do they work to become your genius? How are we all wired? And, seeing the value that can come from understanding yourself at a cognitive level. So any of you guys who are interested, jump on my website and check that out. And I definitely want to check in with you guys, see who's been able to join me. And if you've got any questions or words of wisdom, or you just want to say hi, I absolutely love getting to connect with you guys. Oh, and I should say, because I didn't reach out to everybody on my list and let them know the options for, as I've been mentioning the last couple of days, for the Limitless Potential Academy, our monthly masterclasses and our group coaching, those prices are set to increase. But because I didn't let everybody know on my list, I've decided to extend it only till midnight tonight Melbourne time. So if you have ever been on the fence with joining the masterclasses or group coaching, then I definitely encourage you to do it today. Let me know, shoot me a message if you want the details, because at midnight tonight, it's all going to increase. So if you lock it in today, it's never going to change. It's monthly masterclasses are just $19 once a month. And the group coaching, where I get to work with you personally, that's only $58 a month, right? So it's a no-brainer because my one-on-one coaching clients pay $6,000 for 3 months, right? So it's very intensive and it's very high-end. So that's why I wanted to make a way more accessible option for you guys, and we're building out a beautiful community out there, extraordinary human beings from across the globe who are absolutely kicking goals and have beautiful hearts and souls, and they are really willing to, go deep with courage and break through their limitations, and they want to fast track their success, and that's what we're doing there. So any of you guys who aren't currently part of that, today is the day you definitely want to join that before those prices increase. So reach out to me privately. I'll send you all the details. And we've had a few more sign-ups this week. So I'm super excited to bring you guys into the community. And we've got an amazing community catch-up call happening in just under a couple of weeks. So I'll be sending you guys all the details and we'll get to connect live. I always love connecting with you guys. But I definitely want to check in with you guys, see who's been able to join. So hello to beautiful Lucy, good to see you, and Jacqueline, and Josie, and Don, and Satprosh, and Dilly is here, and Damien, and Justin, much love to you, and Sanula, and Jimmy, and Muhammad, and Vanessa, and Jerry. You make part of my night shift inspiring. I'm grateful to hear that always, Jerry. Thank you so much. And Vanessa, you are so welcome. You're amazing too, beautiful. Great to see you. And Martin's here as well, and Jay and Alex. Awesome to see all of you guys. So cool. So I really hope that today's message has definitely resonated with you, and you just remind yourself that at the end of the day, not everyone is going to appreciate how different you are to them. But so long as you're appreciating yourself, it just can't bring you down, right? So don't get stressed out about it. And if you are finding yourself, trying to be that chameleon, trying to mold yourself to be liked by other people, and you're selling out on your truth and your authenticity as an individual, just know it's your signpost that you just don't know how brilliant and great you are just yet. And if you would ever like me to help you put the language directly to that and give you the best tool I've ever come across, reach out to me personally, or better still, jump on my website right now and download the free 3-part video series at the top of my website, and you can get access to understanding what this amazing framework is all about. Okay, second to none I've ever studied or learnt out there. So I really encourage you guys to check it out. All right, so as always, I'm sending you guys all of my love, light, blessings, gratitude, energy, enthusiasm, everything extraordinary coming to you to wherever you are in the world today. I really do hope that it's beautiful, amazing, and extraordinary, that you're doing something super empowering, and today's message has definitely served you. I'm super grateful to each and every one of you guys who could join me live and contribute to the conversation. Always appreciated. And if you have any questions about the Limitless Potential Academy, the monthly masterclasses, the group coaching, whatever you got going, if you've been on the fence and you're just unsure, like I said, today's the day you want to make it happen so that you can lock in the cheapest rate it's ever going to be at. So any questions, or you just want the details and how to join us, reach out to me ASAP, because at midnight tonight Melbourne time, no longer those prices have to go up. I've already extended it because I didn't get an email out to so many of you guys. So wanted to honor that for you. And thank you so much, guys. So appreciate each and every one of you. And I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll see you tomorrow.